If you frequent Gshock blog sites such as Gshock JP, G Central, and What You Seek, you may have heard that Gshock is releasing 40th anniversary versions of their collections, and this also includes an interesting MRG version of the Frogman. Now, there's a leaked image that recently surfaced, and we would like to examine this thoroughly, but there is one small complication. The image is small, very small, so we will have to do some work to visualize this better. I began working with the MRG B2000, which has a nicely textured bezel and a dial that resembles the layout of the leaked model. I'll be using other elements from this image, including the case and buttons. Now it's time to add the case shape and the only bracelet I could find on a Frogman, the GWF-A1000XC. This image was perfect for profiling the overall appearance as I tried to extend the render past the lugs. We also get a taste of the fusion of MRG pushers on a Frogman body. Then it's cleanup time. The bolts on the bezel have a very different positioning. It's a given that this will be a totally new bezel from the current MRG offerings. I have to use a different MRG bracelet for the image and added some materials on the right side of the image. With the symmetry of the Frogman design, there are so many unique parts for this new model. This will likely be just one of the many models in the future. So here's the final render after adding some accent details and colors. I think it's a special looking MRG like no other. With the rumored price of $2,800 to $3,600, the full titanium build will make sense, but none of the hand artisan features found on the higher tier MRGs. The first thing to notice is that this sports 4 pushers opposed to the other MRGs that sports the 5625 module. This means we'll have a new module for this model. The 4 o'clock pusher also has a different color in my render, although it's not clear if the actual model will have this detail based on the leaked image. The Frogman crown guard is present in this render, and I'm expecting this to be made of titanium rather than resin. There's also the possibility that this may not have the Frogman text either. I can spot some different index shapes, especially on the 12 o'clock marker. The MRG gold branding is also expected, which is also one of the few color hints from the image. The branding on the bezels are also painted in white. For this concept, I used a bezel with a forged or weave carbon pattern. For the rumored price, this is likely the only textured part of this watch. The MRG bracelet makes this a lot heftier looking than the combi bracelet from the GWF-A1000XC. And finally, I used the gold, blue, and red colors in homage of the original Frogman. I think it's an exciting new MRG that's trying to expand its range to the Frogman fanbase. Some will likely complain about choosing the analog Frogman than the original digital version, the same complaints that we heard when the first analog Frogmans appeared. But I think having the square MRG as the only digital model in the lineup preserves the MRG's allure. There's still an impression that digital screens are of a lesser quality, compounded by the fact that luxury watch consumers often choose analog watches. It only makes sense that this one has hands for digits, and I think it looks pretty cool. I am yet to review or own a Frogman, so I don't really know how to feel about handling one of these really large Gshock offerings. However, I am very much interested in the asymmetry and the design of the Frogman, which is very unique and exclusive to that lineup of Gshock. And now to see it in an MRG interpretation really wraps up the interest factor in my opinion. Now, of course, die-hard Gshock fans will be looking forward to this model, but for now, we will have to wait a few months until the new official releases or official images will be released to the public. For sure, we want to quell our expectations. Having a rumored price tag of $3,600, there might not be anything groundbreaking in this new MRG. However, the mere fact that the Frogman profile is translated in the MRG collection is special on itself. But for now, hopefully this rendered concept would whet your appetite in the meantime. They look clean today, right?